Hi, it's Cheryl, Senior Living Family Advocate, and today I want to talk about three areas of concern that I have been talking to clients about. We are in fall here in Michigan, and I know that a lot of people have already decided to move parents or loved ones into assisted living or memory care. So today, the areas I want to talk about are supply and demand, what's happening, at least in our community and probably in a lot of communities, at least in the US. I also want to talk about how can you convince your parents to move when they don't want to move, and also about what happens when you've waited too long and they possibly no longer qualify. A lot of people don't understand that that's actually a possibility. So I'll start with number one, and that's supply and demand. Right now, we really have a lot more people that need assistance than we have communities. I have clients I have 4 clients on a wait list for memory care because most of the really good memory cares are full. As for assisted living, it's looking about the same way. I had a client yesterday who went to a community and there were only 2 apartments available. Tomorrow I have clients going to communities where there's only going to be 1 or 2 apartments available. So the issue is, if you already know, because it's going into winter and you're already concerned about your parent or your loved one, then time is of the essence. And I've always say to my clients, I'm not trying to be pushy. I'm not trying to tell you to do something you don't want to do. But the reality is that I also have to give you the resources and tell you what is really happening. And unfortunately, if you wait too long, there's really going to be a good possibility that you don't get into a good community. So how can you talk to your parents? What are the things that we can do to help convince our parents to move to an assisted living? Well, you can enlist people like myself, advisors, advocates, to come to their house and chat with them. That sometimes helps. Doctors, social workers, people of influence that your parents or loved one, feel that they really respect these people and they might listen a little bit more to what they have to say. The other thing is, a lot of people don't realize that you can go into a community and it's a 30-day month-to-month lease. So you do not have to stay for 6 months, a year, 3 years. It doesn't really matter. If you go in fact, this happened to me with a client that she's very, very motivated to get better. She does not want to continue to stay in a community, but most of these really good communities have rehab on site. So what she's going to do is she's going to move in to a community because we found a good one, and she knows that she needs to be in a community at this time, but she's going to work really hard at rehab. So there's always that possibility that down the road, she can give a 30-day notice and leave. It's as simple as that. It's not prison. The other thing is that you need to understand that it can be just a temporary stay. So if your loved one is interested in maybe respite to try things out, maybe you can say to them, Mom, why don't it's winter, you're not driving, we're really concerned. How about if you move into this community for, up to 3 months, see if you like it. And if you don't, then you can move out and you can look for something else. So those are some good ways to approach moving to a community. So the other thing that we really need to understand is that if you wait too long, there is a possibility that you will no longer qualify. I know that you are out there looking for the best possible community for your parent, but what you don't also realize are those communities are also checking you out. If they are full or close to being full, then they can pick and choose who they want to come into that community, okay? So if you keep your loved one at home too long and their care needs get to be too much that they all of a sudden, instead of coming in at maybe a level 2 with some, minor things that they need help with, they might all of a sudden be a level 4 or 5. And that community might say, you're just too much care for us right now. We can't handle that much care. So we're going to have to decline you. And that has happened. And it's really unfortunate. So you do not want to wait too long. The other thing is here's a tip with memory care. There are communities that have secured buildings in their assisted living. So they will take people oftentimes with mild to moderate dementia into the assisted living temporarily until spots in memory care come available. And that is a wonderful way to get your loved one into memory care when they might have, like currently, wait lists with many people on that wait list. But the issue is if you wait too long, they're no longer going to qualify to be in that assisted living, and they won't have a place to move to. So this isn't, I'm not trying to do this to scare anybody. What I want you to be prepared. I want you to understand how it works, and that you always need to have a plan B. Everybody has plan A. Plan A is staying at home until, I pass away, and I get that. But, be prepared for plan B. So if you need any more resources, if you need any help, I would be happy to help. Give me a call, a text, or an email. Thanks.